Morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Worries on my mind, it's been a tough week. My life feels a void. There's something that I need. My supplies on the table, I grab a comfy seat. I need to craft to put my mind at ease. Crafting changed my life, it mends my soul. In my happy space, I'm in full control. It's crafting time, craft my troubles away. Give me a world of color to brighten up my day. Crafting videos on, searching what I can do. Sipping on my drink, feeling inspired and new. Crafting's good for the soul.
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, gifted crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning out there. This is a channel where we just talk about all things crafting, from quilting, sewing, decoupage, knitting, crocheting, and just so much more. So if you're into crafting and it sounds like it's a lot of fun, you're definitely in the right place. We like to have lots of little giggles and laughs while we kind of learn from each other and share all kinds of tips and tricks. So I hope that that's something that you're really into. And if you are new, go ahead and pop your name into the chat. Or if you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave a little comment, because we have a very welcoming community and we love to have new people and welcome you along and encourage you on your little journey here. So let's see who we have with us today. We see Bettina Fink. Good morning. I've got some people from Boston here. Her name is Nancy. Good morning to you. We've got Connie from Louisiana. Let's see, Jenny Owens is here. Good morning. Yes, happy Friday. Yay. TGIF. Yes, so happy that it is Friday. Crafting on a Dime with Shay Shay. Good morning. You're drinking and listening. Nice. Awesome. Okay, Lisa Lily's here from Richmond, Illinois. We've got Marge Johnson here from Illinois as well. Let's see, Robin's Quilt Basket is here with us. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jane D. And our friends from Canada are here with us again. Yay. We're excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Lori, good morning from snowy Virginia. Ooh. Cindy Ball, good morning to you. We've got Janice who's here. Good morning to you. We've got Josmon, that's Leslie B. from Lake Ridge, Virginia. Oh boy, first snow of the season. Nice. Chris Kick, good morning. Oh, cold, cold, cold from Columbus, Ohio. Nice. We've got Cindy Gleason, good morning to you. Let's see. And guys, we've got so many people. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all of your support. You guys are amazing. And I hope you enjoyed today's session. It's something that I really would love to share with you. It's just really, really amazing. Okay. Oh, Gosh, it was Shay Shay's birthday yesterday. Completely missed that one. And Shay Shay, I wanted to just say a happy belated birthday to you. Oh my goodness. I hope you had a fantastic day, and I hope you really enjoyed it and did something fun. Let us know what you did, if you did anything fun or accomplished any great projects. I'm sure you had a blast. Happy, happy birthday to you. Okay. All right, guys, it's just really amazing for what we have today. We've got a new program, well, new to me, about, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. I don't remember exactly when it was when I purchased it. It's called EQ8, and it does all kinds of fun things. So I'm really excited to share some of the little tips and tricks that I can show you on that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But first things is first, right? We definitely have to start off our day with a little bit of a toast. Yay, I see all the happy birthdays coming through on the chat. Awesome. Okay, so guys, we have to go ahead and we have to raise our glasses today because it was Shay Shay's birthday. So we have to have a happy belated birthday to Shay Shay. Let's go ahead and raise our glasses for that. So Shay, this little toast is for you, and let's go ahead and raise those glasses. Of course, I'm going to pour you a cup if you don't have anything. Remember, you can have anything that you like in the morning. It really doesn't matter, and there's no judgment here. So raise those glasses. Shay, this is for you. Happy belated birthday, and thank you all for tuning in, and hope you all have a fantastic day. So cheers, everyone. Oh, good morning, Heather. Yes, happy Friday. Yay. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Oh, boy. Okay, I had to grab a second one there. All right, I see all the birthday wishes coming through. Yay. Awesome. That's amazing. Okay, guys. Yeah, you're late, but you're glad to be here. No worries. Joyce didn't miss a thing. Just go ahead and grab your a little cup of whatever it is you have and get a little swivel. Let's head on over and really quickly go ahead and get our snacks, because we've got a few snacks today. We've got Marge from Wisconsin. Good morning. And Flo and Sue Galvin. Good morning. Yay. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the snacks. I think we're going to do our food truck today. Is that what we were doing? Yeah, let's go over to our food truck and grab some snacks so you can get your stuff all nice and ready to go. There's our food truck. We've got everything on the truck, anything that you can imagine. Muffins, croissants, coffee, tea, soda, water. We even have the healthy stuff that's in there, like carrots and kale. So everybody has something. Oh, what?
Virtual birthday cake.
Oh, that's right. We've got the virtual birthday cake for Shay. Yes. Here's your birthday cake, Shay. There you are. Now we can go ahead and celebrate with a nice big piece. Wouldn't that be really good with some coffee, right? I think that'll hit the spot. Yeah, sounds really good to me. All right, hope you guys enjoy your pieces. You know, don't fake or make fake, and all kinds of you guys love to, cut the line. No cutting of the line here, okay? All right, everyone wait their turn and you'll all get your piece. We've got plenty of cake for everyone. All righty, yes. Sandy says happy birthday, yay, to Shay. It's a pink birthday cake, yay. Awesome. Yeah, it's a good sized piece of cake, definitely. We need something good in the morning, right? Kind of get ourselves energized, yay. Renee, you made it for the snacks? Well, just in time. You better grab yourself that slice of cake. It may be out by the end of the day. All right, so let's get to it. We've got our toast, we did our snacks, and I hope you're in a safe place to watch or a great place to listen to that's nice and safe. Let's get to it because we've got a lot to cover, and I want to make sure that we get everything in today. First things first, let's just show you what the outcome of our last project, which was from the Jolly Bar book. Okay, we made this block together here, And Mr. H picked out our very last fabric color here. So let's see how good it turned out, right? So here is the final block. And I'll put it on the overhead as well. So what do you guys think? How did he do on the purple? So did the purple hit the spot there? Let's see. This is the yeah, we've got it on the desk cam now. And this is the purple that he picked out. Okay. And so we had our two top pieces done. We sewed in our middle point there, and we made our two flowers yesterday. So I went ahead and just went ahead and did that middle section here and just sewed the rest of it all together. So I think it looks great. Yeah, gorgeous block. Yeah, Robin. Perfection, says Heather. Jane D, perfect. Yeah, what do you think about these colors? I was a little afraid that these two blocks had a little bit more of a design on it, and I probably would have liked it better if I had switched these colors out, or at least move these around so that these two designs would offset each other this way. But I think in the end it turned out fine. But yeah, I probably would have liked to move these to be diagonal from each other, and then I would have had these two diagonal. These two here would go diagonal this way. But other than that, I think she was fine. Very, very easy to do. Yeah, I bet Moda will be calling for Mr. H for help soon. Don't we all wish that one? So definitely, I like the color combination. I think it's really a great fit. In fact, the little fat quarter that he handed me kind of had all these colors blended together, a different fabric, but the colors were the same. So I found that to be kind of funny that we kind of picked those colors separately, and yet they had them in a fat quarter already. So that was pretty cool. But I think it turned out pretty well. Now you could make just maybe two more of these and just have a big table runner, or you could just make this into a pillow if you wanted to, or you can make more blocks of these and turn it into that quilt, which is what the Jolly Bar book tells you to do. So we'll have to see how I decide to kind of do the other ones and join them. Will I do a quilt? Will I do a pillow? Will I do a table runner? I'm not quite sure. You can even do, I guess, a placemat with this, right? It's pretty large enough to do that. But I love the colors. I think it came out really pretty, and I think it just looks really great. So I'm happy with how that came out. I loved how the instructions had a lot of visuals to it, so it was really nice to kind of pull the whole thing together and, you know, just see how everything worked out. So pretty happy with that. Although I did not use the Jolly Bar that I had in my stash, and I just used plain fabrics. You can see that just with your plain fabrics, you can really come out with some really nice things here. So very, very nice. Okay, so that is that. So we are done with the Jolly Bar book for now. I'll let you know if I'll continue a couple more blocks and I end up doing the quilt. I'll show it to you guys for that. Okay, so we're here to talk about EQ8. And I know that I've told you guys that when it was on sale, I believe the sale was only till December the 1st, but they have sales all the time. But this is a software. Let me just grab another sip because I have a little frog in my throat here. Okay. So for EQ8, I purchased the software. I also purchased some of the books, and there's a few books that you can get, and I got the membership. Now, this is EQ8 Lessons for Beginners, and this is Designing More Quilts. So these are just books that you can, you know, purchase. The membership itself, I think, is so worth it. It's only like, I think it's 25 bucks for the whole year. And with that, you're guaranteed to get 3 sessions, I guess you would call it, of some quilts that you can upload. So like as new designers come up with new fabric, you can load those designs into your systems. You'll have like the latest fabrics that are out there from a lot of the big designers, and you can see those in EQ8. So that's pretty cool that they do that. Of course, you can import your own fabrics, take pictures of your fabrics and import them. So you'll always know exactly what you have and what you can make. So I think that's pretty cool. So Mr. H put an affiliate link for EQ in the video description. So if you decide to get it, we appreciate it if you use the link that we have below, because that helps us to kind of help support our channel. So I will thank you ahead of time for that. So he'll also add it to the chat for you guys if you guys are kind of hard in finding things, because I know there's a lot of information all over the place. So we're new affiliate to EQ8, but we also got approved to be a new affiliate for Legit Kits. So yay! So for those of you guys that love Legit Kits, I have had this pattern sitting in my craft room for over a year, and it still hasn't been touched. So this is what it looks like. Let's put it over on the desk cam. It's called Little Hooter. It's a Legit Kits design. Now, why have I had it there so long? Well, when I first got it, I purchased the Little Hooter and I just got the design. I did not get the fabric kit, okay? So what I did was I went ahead and purchased the pattern, and then when I saw that there were so many different fabrics and I really wanted it to come out the way the picture said, so I went back and then I bought the fabric separately. So you can do that. They do allow it, but it's always best to just purchase it with the fabric. It kind of sounds like a lot of money, but you're really getting the entire thing together. Oh, Connie's asking a question. Can you use EQ8 to design your own quilts? Absolutely, Connie. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. So yeah, this program is really powerful, and it really helps in a lot of different ways. And we'll get into all of that in just a second. So Legit Kit guys, we're now the affiliate affiliates for them, and I'm going to be starting off putting together the Little Hooter design. Now this is going to be my first Legit Kit project. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I'm a little nervous about it because there's a lot of organization that has to be done with that. So we'll be doing it, and we'll do it together. So, you know, if it doesn't come out right, it's okay. You know, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. So again, we're going to put the description out there on the bottom with the link. So if you guys are interested in that, I appreciate your support on that as well. And then I just wanted to kind of show you, I did get an order that came in because I got some new thread. So this is the new Brother Reed thread. This was on sale for Black Friday. And all this is a glow-in-the-dark thread. Ooh. But I did get some, they're like pastel kind of colors here. I'm kind of trying to take them out so you guys can see them. These are all glow-in-the-dark colors that I got. I'll try to lay them out here. And I think they're going to be really cute for some projects. But they're glow in the dark, which is pretty cool. So I'll have to find an amazing project to make with that and have it glow in the dark. Maybe I can find something subtle, but we'll see what happens. I have to see what I can come up with. It's really, really cool how these glow in the dark, and I'm really excited to test those out and get some embroidery done with that. So pretty cool. Again, this is by Brother Reed. It was one of the things that was on sale during Black Friday, but it's a small kit. It's only, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 threads that you get. They're not extremely big, and I think they were like $20. So not too bad. But that's what what I was able to get, and that came in yesterday. So I was excited about that. All right, I'm going to put this away because we've got stuff to work on. So let me try to get this out of the way here, and we're going to get into today's lesson. Are the Legit Kits all paper piecing? Yes, they do sell the panels though. They sell the panels, so if you didn't want to do paper piecing, you can also purchase the panel. And then with the panel, you can do all kinds of stuff. And we've done a few panels, right, that you guys can see all different combinations. And you know what? With EQ8, you can design it, right? It's really cool. I could probably take a picture of the Legit Kits image, bring it into EQ8, and then just tell it like that's going to be the panel, and then I would just design what the quilt's going to be around it, right? You could do that on here. So let's get started. I think everyone's getting excited about this, and there's just really, really a lot to talk about here. So we're going to go over to the laptop, and we're going to just kind of go through this here. I'm going to kind of show you step by step what it's going to look like, so you guys can kind of see for yourself, and you can kind of see, you know, is it worth it? Is this something that I would do? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to look at this here on my laptop. I hope you guys can see that okay. All right, so this is the home page. When you launch EQ8, once you've registered and you've done all of that shenanigans stuff, right, you'll land on the home page. The home page is very, very clean, very simple, doesn't have a ton of options out there. They do have your tip of the day that every time you log in, there's different tips, which is really great. And you can kind of go through the previous tips and the next tips, just give you little reminders of things that you can do in EQ8. And this software is pretty powerful. It really allows you to do a lot. Now, this software is broken down into 3 different work tables. So we've got work tables up on the top. You've got a quilt work table, you've got a block work table, and you have an image work table. So since I'm pretty new to this, the first thing they tell you to start off with is your quilt work table. You can do all kinds of things with these tables. Just think of them as stations, right? So we have one station that is working on your quilt. That's the entire quilt, borders, blocks, everything all included. Then let's say block work table is if you're looking at a specific block and you're just trying to decide what your block's going to look like, rotating things, doing all kinds of things within that block. So you want to design your block. And then you have image work table where you can bring in all kinds of images, designs, pictures, all kinds of fun things like that. And you can incorporate that into your quilt. So just imagine if you have an image, a block, or a specific quilt in mind, you can build all of that in EQ8. You'll know exactly what it's going to look like. You can play around with borders and things like that, sashing, all kinds of things. Different options that you can do. You can do all of that in the software before you even cut a piece of fabric. So that's pretty amazing because it really helps to save. You know, sometimes we'll do something or we're trying to create something and it just didn't come out right. And so you've wasted a lot of materials and fabric. You've wasted maybe some stabilizer, thread, a lot of time. People can get really frustrated trying to design things off the cuff like that. The software really helps you to kind of put all of that frustration into the software and not waste any of your supplies. So you can do everything. You'll see exactly what your quilt's going to look like. It'll give you the cutting yardage that you're going to need, and it does all kinds of other things. You can turn things into paper piecing projects if that's something that you're into. You can print out templates. It'll automatically, you know, set it all up. You can adjust your seam allowance, whether you want a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch or whatever it is you want. There's just so many things. It's a really powerful program. There's all kinds of different options here. So those are the 3 tables right off the bat that you can work with. So if you know specifically that you want to work with a block, then you would go ahead and click the block work table. If it's an image, you would go straight there, or if it's a quilt, you'd go straight there. Now we're just going to work with the quilt, and we're going to keep it really simple and light just so I can show you a little bit about what they have here. Because over on on the left-hand side, they've got different options, right? They have a learn bar, which really is just a ton of information if you want to learn about it. Not only do they have books, they offer online classes, they offer in-person classes that you can register and sign up for, and they have them all the time. There's all kinds of different educators that are on there, and they'll be able to assist you with any issue or question that you have. They've got links and articles and videos and all kinds of things that you can get to write on your PC. So you don't have to really go anywhere if you don't want to. If you get stuck, you can always come back to this learn bar. It has tons and tons of information. Then you have product details, just information on the product itself. And of course, if you want to contact them, this gives you all the information to be able to do so. So that's pretty much the home screen. We've got a whole bunch of options here on the side. We'll kind of walk through some of these things. If you're starting a new project, if you're opening a project, things that you put in what we call a project sketchbook. Think of that as your little notebook. As you're designing something, you put something in your notebook. That's the idea behind that one. And you can save all kinds of different ideas that you may have into a sketchbook. So if you just come up with something in your head and, oh, I would really love to do something like that, but I'm not ready to sit down and do an entire quilt, you can throw it into a sketchbook, get your idea out there, and it'll be saved out there, and you can come back later and finish it off if you want. So that's kind of like a little scrap notebook that it keeps for you, which is really handy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on Design a Quilt from Scratch. When we do that, it brings you to this screen, and this screen is all about the layout, right? We want to see what kind of layout you want for your quilt. Do you want horizontal? And it gives you all kinds of different options. You can do at point. And I want you to focus right here in the middle, and you can see how this is going to change. This is your typical horizontal layout here. I'm going to go ahead and change it to some of the different options so you can see what they have available. So you have what they call on point, which is a little bit of a diagonal one. I thought that one was pretty neat. You've got what they call variable, which kind of stretches it a little bit and shrinks it. You've got what they call baby blocks. We've seen a few quilts like this, right? Then you've got variable blocks, kind of, again, a little bit of that stretch and moves that thing around. You've got horizontal, you've got vertical, you've got one patch. Here's your little hexagons here. And then you've got photo, and there's so much more. You can go on and on and on here. It really gives you a lot of different ideas that you can do for your layout. Shade's asking, which version do I have? This one is EQ8. So this is the latest one that is out there. It's called EQ8. If you have EQ7 or the ones from before, there is an option for you to be able to upgrade to EQ8, which is nice. So as any updates come in, they will, let you know what the updates are, and then you can decide whether or not you want to get those. So again, this is just the horizontal layout, right? So once you decide on what your layout is, and it gives you some information here on the side, right? You can kind of go this way and go with that, or we can click on layout. Let's go ahead and do layout and see what that option offers. So here you've got your horizontal layout. It's telling you that the size of the quilt center layout is 36 by 36. It allows you to change the number of blocks that you want, right? So if you want the number of blocks, you can change that on here by just clicking on the arrow, and you can see how it will make them bigger and bigger. Or you can go ahead and you can just type in the number if you want here. Let's say I want to bring that back to 4. I can do that, and it comes right back to 4. So either way, we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave them at 4 actually. Then the second section is the finished size of the block. Now you can see here right now, default size is about 9 inches. So we can change that either by using the slider. So we can slide the size of the block and you can see how it's changing here. And I think I'm going to keep it at about a 4. So let's see, if you're using the slider, you can use that, or you can just come here on the side and say, you know what, I just want a 4. Now notice that only the width changed. The height did not change. Right now I can simply come here and use the slider and change the height if I wanted to, or I can just come here and type in the 4. And then let's say I wanted to keep the height and the width the same. You would just click on this here, and then as you move it, it'll move together. Okay, so there's all different options here. Now, if I just wanted to go back to 4, I have this checked off. I click the 4, they'll both change for me. Okay, so that's an option that you have to change the size of your finished block. Then you can go ahead and you can get to the next section that says finished size of the sashing, right? It's kind of the same thing here. You can also change the size of your sashing. Let's see, it shows, oh, I have another question. It shows they have something that works with EQ8. Yes, this is new to me, so I'm excited to learn. Yes, you can actually, you can create your quilt, and if you have EQ8, I don't have EQ8, but if you have EQ8, you know, it'll tell it, you know, these are all the shapes that you have that you can cut out. Now, I haven't read too much on that yet, so I'm not at that point just yet, but yes, I know that it has EQ8 add-ons that you can integrate. Yes, you can put them right into the software. So it's pretty neat and in that sense. So if you do have the EQ8, this is another bonus for you in incorporating it to talk with EQ8. So it's really nice to have the two together. Okay, but as I get more and more into EQ8 and learn more about it, and I'll bring all kinds of more tips and things that I've found, but it's just a really exciting thing to have. Okay, so now we're talking about the sashing. Right now, there is no sashing on this quilt, but if I wanted to put some sashing on here, I can easily tell it, give me a 2-inch sashing. Maybe that's too big. Maybe I want to bring that back down to 1 inch. So we can do something like that. I only did it on the width, but if I want to keep the width and height equal, it's just about clicking this. And actually, let me click on this here. I'm going to make that a 1. So there we go. And if I want to keep that equal, now if I change this, it'll all change together. Okay. So there's about a 1/2 inch of a sash border that I just added to that. And so I've got everything that I want here. I've got my finished size block. Let me see. My block size. Actually, I'm going to change this one. Let's do 9 inches. I think that'll be good. So we've got a 9-inch, and let's see. Want to keep that the same. And then we can go on to the next section. So now you've got your layout, right? You've got your horizontal layout. We've got some sashing in here. We've got a 9-inch finished block. And you can, again, you can adjust these as you go. And don't feel like, oh, I selected 9 inches. I can't ever go back and change it, because you can. It's so easy. Everything is up here on what they call the ribbon, and you can change that at any time. So you can go back and forth. Maybe you're not liking, maybe it looks too big, maybe you want to change it. You can always go back here and make that change at any point in time, which is really nice, because, you know, as we create, things change and ideas pop up, and maybe, you know, you want to change things around. It makes it really easy for you to do that. Okay, let's take a look at the borders. Now, borders, we can do all kinds of borders, and it's really nice, and it gives you a ton of options up on the top here. Right now, we're looking at long horizontal borders, but we can also do mitered corners. See how that corner just changed right here? Really neat. You can do corner blocks. So if you want to put the cornered block there, again, long vertical, long horizontal. So it gives you that option to make those changes. You can do blocks. So you've got little blocks here. You can do half drop blocks. Let's take a look at that one. Okay, see how that shrunk there? You've got spaced squares. So you've got some spacing and some squares in between there. That would be really nice. But then you also have things like diamonds that you can do and half drop diamonds. And here's the fun thing about the diamonds. If I wanted to, I can change my border size. See how this is diamonds? Doesn't look too great because the border is a little stretched there. Well, if I wanted to kind of do a change on here, I can go ahead and I can change the size of my border as quickly as that. All I am doing is just moving the little bar back and forth, and you can see how you can kind of change this just by using the slider. I can really adjust this to any size that I want. Okay, and I can bring this all here. Now I'm doing the right and left together, the top and bottom, everything, because all is checked off. If I just wanted to do the left and right or the top and the bottom, it's just a matter of me clicking and checking that off and then moving the slider. Or if I have a specific size that I want, I can just type it in here. Let's say I just want my 2-inch border, right? So maybe I want to go back to the mitered corner look. Maybe that's a little bit cleaner, right? So you can certainly do something like that. So this is really nice. The other thing that you can do is you can, as you scroll here on the left-hand side, there's a lot of options on here, right? You can select your border. So there's all kinds of different borders that you can do, and you can add them as you go along. You can delete them, you can insert them, you can clone them, you know, and then you can have the finished size here that includes the border. It tells you what it is coming out to be, which is great. As you kind of scroll down, it has some more things that you can do down here. You've got the border size that we just saw. You've got the border style. So we've picked the border from up here, but you also have a drop down, and you see all of the different options that you have when you are selecting a border. There's tons and tons of options on here. So you can definitely pick anything that you want and then just kind of go back if it's not something that you like, right? You can do it up on the top here, or you can do the drop down and just pick it this way. Then how many blocks are in the border? You have that option here. It gives you little buttons that you can press to add on or to go ahead and change. You can do show quilt preview, and you can, you know, add all kinds of options. I mean, it goes on the things that you can do here. So let's take a look at the next one, because this next one is really so much fun. Oh my God, we are about to design quilts up here. Yes, definitely. You are definitely going to do this. I'm telling you, once I saw this software and I understood what it was really doing, oh my gosh, you can totally make your own customized quilt. I'm making a family quilt. You can make so many things with pictures, you know, blocks, and just wait till you see what I'm about to show you here on this next section. So amazing. I just was blown away with the software. It's really quite powerful. I mean, you can go out and you can purchase all kinds of different kits and things like that, patterns that are amazing out there from amazing creators, but why not create yourself? Make your own pattern, right? It's totally really a money maker that you can do. If you create your own patterns from scratch, you can sell those patterns, right? And people would love to create the patterns, all of the designs that you made with your quilt. So I think it's really amazing. Now there are some blocks that are on here that are like the traditional blocks that everyone kind of knows about, right? So those blocks, you're going to see them here. That's not something that I would say was created, right? This is just built-in designs that you can use. But if you create your own block, it's really cool. And you can kind of do that and kind of put your little designs up for sale and things like that. So I plan on making a couple of different patterns, and I'm hoping that if we can do this correctly and it comes out pretty neat, I can give them away. I might give them away for free and see what kind of projects we come up with. So it'll be a lot of fun if I can share some of my designs with you guys and see what kind of fabrics you guys choose to make the project. So I think it would be pretty cool. I can show you one that I did create. Again, I think the learning tools that are available for EQ8 are really phenomenal because they have the books. I am a book person. I love to read books. They also have videos out there and all kinds of different avenues that you can take for the education. And it's not just here's a book now, read about it. It's very interactive. So it has like a little activities that they tell you to do as you're learning along the way. So for example, this one is called My First Quilt. And this was a quilt that I designed in EQ8. And let me just show you this on the desk cam here. Let's see, can you guys see that? It's called My First Quilt. That's what I named it. And this is a quilt that I designed with the software, and I did this like on my very first chapter while I was reading through the books. And there's more on here. There's so much more. I've got this all stapled together, but there was so much more that you can do. And I was able to play around with this. So this is just one of many. And you can see here, it clearly shows you the border, the design. It shows you exactly what it's going to look like. You can play around with the colors of the quilt. You can do there's just so many options. Change the borders, change the blocks, change the background, change the design, add images, all kinds of crazy things that you can do. You could be on this thing for hours and hours. And then it allows you to, once you print this out, it allows you to kind of see, and it's telling you here, these are the fabrics that I've selected to go with it. It says the number of, let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. You've got your fabric width, the number of patches, the yardage estimated, and even gives you the name of the fabric. So you can see here, it's a nice little description of your quilt that you have designed on EQ8. And it gives you kind of an estimate of how much yardage you're going to need. So let's say you're using your own stash and you went ahead and designed your quilt, but you're not sure if you have enough yardage. Well, in the end, it's going to tell you how much yardage you're going to need. Now I can go over to my stash and see, do I have enough? If I don't, maybe I don't want to go out and buy fabric. So maybe I want to change up the color or the fabric that I'm using. I can quickly go back to the software, change the fabric, change the color, do whatever I want, and then have it spit it right back out. And so now I'll know that I have enough yardage to make this quilt, which is really cool. Because how many times have you started a quilt and then you realize you didn't have enough fabric and you had to go back to the store and try to find that same fabric because you've already started it? Yeah, you know the drill, right? You guys know what I'm talking about out there. I know it's happened to some of you guys out there, but it definitely has a lot of things to offer in the little program. Other things that you can do, it does templates automatically, right? I have a block, I wanted templates for it. It will spit it out for me and even add the seam allowance for me. So I can easily trace these on some tracing paper and go ahead and do those. It does paper piecing as well, and will even number paper piecing for you. So let's say I created a design and I decided I want to make this a paper piecing project. It's ready to do that for you too. And you can see here, it labels the pieces. So it's telling you what pieces would go first. C1, C2, C3. These are the paper piecing instructions on where you would start on your little project. So a lot of people love paper piecing, but they're not really understanding how to put a design together. It can be quite tricky because there's several rules that you have to follow. So this software helps you to create those paper piecing projects, and it will automatically create them for you. So all you would have to do is print them out, and you can print them on newspaper, right? Or any of your favorite paper piecing paper. You can print them out right onto those sheets and you're ready to go. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is just some other options, and we'll get into like mosaic and things like that. And this is all just within that first chapter. Tons and tons of things that it will do for you automatically. So let's get into the software just a little bit more because I'm excited to kind of share this next part. So over here, back onto our software, we're going to go over to a section that's called design. So when you click on design, you're going to see all kinds of things coming up here. You're going to see all kinds of blocks, default blocks that are going to be in the system. You're going to see motifs, stencils. There's all kinds of different options, and there's more. This is just kind of the ones that I've been playing around with, and you're going to see some options up on the top. So we've got options that are to set the block. So this is to set your block onto your quilt. Okay. Then you have things like to erase a block. You can rotate a block. You can flip a block. You have adjusting, you have symmetry, eyedropper, and then they have something that's called open library, which is pretty neat. There's so much you can do just within there. I think this tab right here that's called design is probably one that you're going to be in the longest, because there's just so many options and so many things that you can do. Okay, so let's get into what you would do when you're in this section. Okay, so when you're here, let's say I want to set a block. There's tons of different ways that you can do. Like I have some blocks here on the side. Let's just kind of take this default block right here. This is the EQ default Ohio star. So if you hover over the blocks, it will tell you the name. And my cursor's a little large, so it's kind of covers it a little bit, but I will try to move a little bit so you can see that. So you can see all the different ones, and there's so much more. Guys, there's tons of blocks I'll show you in just a second. So let's just go with this one here. It's called the variable star. And let's say I want to bring that over to my quilt. I can just click on it, and then I can just drop it just by clicking on it here. I can drag and drop it this way, or you can do other things like, let's say I wanted to fill up this entire quilt with that block, right? If I click on this block and I hit my Alt key, you can do that. So you have alternating, or you can fill it up completely, right? Is the software Mac friendly? Yes, it is. Yes, it works on both Windows and Mac. They're fully supported on those versions. So yes, they are, Marina, definitely. So look at how quick I was able to kind of fill up this quilt. You know, now let's say I want alternating blocks. Let's say I would like this one. I changed my mind. I want to put this here in the center. I can do it that way. Or let's say I'm not really liking that. Let's say I can kind of change it to this, right? And these are just using your control keys and your alt keys. Always get the two. Let me see if I had a note. Yeah, the control key will fill up the block completely, and then the alt key will alternate it. So let's say I want alternating blocks for this. There we go. See how I just did alternating blocks for this here? And let's say for this one, I want to do this. So let's say I wanted to change it back to that. And maybe I'm not too happy with this one here, and I want to go ahead and change it to something else. Then I can go ahead and click Alt, and boom, I just changed my quilt. Yeah, you want this like now? Yeah, it's really, really cool. They've got all kinds of specials going on. And I would really recommend that if you do purchase this, get the membership too, because that's only $25 a year. And it gives you a lot of different options as well, and a lot of information that they deliver. So I really like that too. So this is pretty neat to have. Now, again, these are just some of the blocks. Now, let me show you some more, because yeah, there's more. So another thing that you can do, you can open up the library. So you hit open library and boom, look at this, ladies. We have everything. Any block that you can imagine, I think, is in here. And they've got it categorized in all kinds of different ways. So you can kind of go through this and you can pick out all kinds of blocks. These are antique mosaics. They've got baskets. So you've got all kinds of baskets here that you can pick from. You've got chains, classics, compass. So those are some really nice ones that I've seen. Diamonds in a square, the Dresden fan blades. They've got the pedals as well. The 4 fans. I mean, this just goes on and on and on and on. There's so much for you to pick from. I mean, it's just endless. You know, they've even got blocks with letters and numbers in it. So if you're looking to personalize something, you can do that as well. So all of these options are available. I mean, the list there's just no way you can get through all of them. They've also have different folders. Like I said, I like how it's very organized here. So you've got, those are all the classic pieces. I can minimize that folder and you see all the different ones that you have here. If you want contemporary, tons of contemporary blocks that you can pick from here. I'm just going to kind of scroll through so you guys can see some of these. They've got those kaleidoscopes, the houses, for those of you that like to make little quilts, applique type things. Tons and tons, logs, stars, pinwheels, prairie style, crowns. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And here's the trees, right? The flags, if you want to do something for 4th of July, you've got world flags that are out there. I mean, tons. Let me show you yet another section as I go to the top. They've got foundation pieced. So we've got tons. If you want to do an alphabet in foundation piecing, you can do that too. Yeah, if they have all kinds of different options here. So this is just one of just a ton that you can do. Mariana says, does it have colored chips so you can create a mock-up of your finished? Absolutely, it sure does. And really amazing. I mean, look at these little beaches. I mean, how cute is that? They've got birds and candles and tons of things that you can do with foundation paper piecing, which is pretty neat. Let's just kind of go through these and then I'll show you how you can do some colors. We've got antique, classic applique. So we've got some applique pieces on here, and you're not just limited to what's on here. You can even bring in your own, right? You can bring in your own images on here, which is pretty cool. They've got contemporary applique over here. So some more stuff that you can pick from. They've got things like motifs. So I thought that was pretty neat. All kinds of different things here. You've got stencils. So if you're looking to create a stencil, you can do that as well. Let's see. They have overlay. They have border blocks. Let's take a look at some border blocks. All kinds of different ones that you can pick from. And then, of course, they've got sashing. So if you'd have a quilt and you want to do some sashing and just not sure what you would like to do, they have some options for you here, all kinds of different things, and you can play around with the width and the length of these as well. So really, really neat. So tons and tons and tons of options here. So I'm just going to go in here and let's see, let's just pick a classic. Let's see, let's pick something simple. Let's just do something like this. Okay. So we can pick that. It'll automatically bring you to your block work table. And so you can do all kinds of things like that, right? And so on here, you can color, right? You can pick all kinds of fabrics and colors that you want. There's just tons and tons. If you want to go back to the work table, and let's say once you selected that block, you're going to see it like in your little work table here on the side. So these are some working blocks. And then what you can do on here is, let's say I want to change this. Let's say I'm going to change this back. Let's say I want to play with the colors on here. You have this option called Fabric Tools. And so Fabric Tools will give you all different fabrics that you can select from and all different colors. And the list just goes on and on and on. They've got pretty much any color of the rainbow out there. And then you have all kinds of different fabrics that you can select from. And if you hover over them, they'll tell you what the fabric is and the colors and who it's by. You can get more information on them. And it gives you a little fabric preview here on the side. So as I click on different fabrics, you can see them come up over on the side and you can see what they look like. So tons of different options here, but let's say I want to change things. You can do things like a paintbrush, you can do a spray can, you can swap colors. So let's say I want to go ahead, let's just do the spray can. Okay, and let's say I'm going to pick, oh, I don't know, let's just pick a color. I don't want to pick a fabric. Let's change it to some kind of a red. If I come here and just click, I can instantly change the color of my block. Okay. If let's say I wanted to change something else, maybe I wanted to change the background. Like I can do it this way. There's options and little quick steps that you can do to make it really quick. But there's all kinds of different things. You've got a library that you can open and you can see all kinds of colors and fabrics on there. You can fussy cut something that maybe an image you brought in, you can fussy cut it. You can swap colors. Let's say I want to swap, let's say that middle one here. Let's say I want to make that red, or I decide to make it brown. I can change things and move things, and there's just tons and tons of options that you can do with this. It's just really amazing how you can just change anything. You've got the eyedropper that'll allow you to change as well. So tons of different things. I mean, you can make it any color that you want. I mean, I'm just clicking away so you guys can see all the different options. You can rotate things around, swap the colors, use the paintbrush, use the spray can. I mean, there's tons and tons of options with this, okay? I think you guys get the point, and there's tons of things that you can do with this. Then you can also print and export, and you can go ahead and do the printout that I showed you earlier. So here's another question. Do you know if we can bring in certain designer fabrics that are current? Yes. So one of the things that they do as part of the membership is they have 3 times a year, they kind of do this big dump of all the fabrics that have been out there, and they will update your system and you'll automatically get all of the fabrics that are in their system that are new. And so they'll all be loaded on here. So you can see there's tons of them out here, and I can kind of use this right here to make this a little bit smaller so you can see how you can see more fabrics at once. But you will definitely have that option to do that. You can kind of skim through all the different ones that are here. Yeah, so lots and lots of options on here. There's so much more to show you guys on here, but there's tons of things that you can do. So I hope that you guys, I was able to kind of open your eyes up on all the different options that you have here. It's really a lot of fun, lots to learn on this little software, and it's really powerful and allow you to become really creative. Okay, guys, our time is up and I really have to kind of run to work. I hope you guys really enjoyed our little walkthrough on EQ8 and a little overview of things that you can do. I'm going to play around with this some more and find more things to kind of show you guys. So tune in on those. Now, remember, I will be streaming tomorrow on Saturday Crafternoon at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be opening up our Missouri Star Christmas box for all of the days for this week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can join us. So again, tomorrow, Saturday Crafternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you there, and I hope you'll be ready with your boxes so you can open them up along with me. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I really appreciate all of your support. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter-free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafting. See you tomorrow. So long, my friends, till we craft once again.